Yo guys, it's up Shattery and welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we are still working on our little ship. We're gonna work on the spine today, trying to make this look good. And it's kind of funny, last week I think I talked about how it's been quiet on the Keen front, and wouldn't you know, like 2 days ago they posted a new teaser video. I saw they posted it to Facebook, I'm pretty sure they posted it at other places too. And interesting. It's very vague, to say the least. It's called... It posted something like coming to Space Engineers, PC and Xbox soon. Scrap Race, it's called. And then there was a little GIF of where it starts in space, the camera starts in space and then it zooms in on a planet, and it's very vague, you just see terrain and not much else, honestly. It looks very interesting. It looks kind of like a... I'm not sure if it's the Mars planet, you know, the red planet kind of thing, or if it's like a new desert style planet. I'm actually not sure. Looks very cool though. And maybe it's just me, but to me, when I watch the GIF, I have it open on my other screen, it almost looks like they filed a little bit on the terrain generation. Because to me, the terrain generation looks much better than it normally does. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it. Could be possible, but I don't know. Also, I'm just trying something here. I'm not sure this is gonna go well. I'm gonna try to make this a little bit more smooth. The transition here. You know what I mean? There we go. And then on the other side we'll do the same thing. But yeah, Scrap Race, what could that be? I mean, the name kind of hints towards either it's like a theme of an update. The update's theme is Scrap Race, but that doesn't really tell much. Or I think what is much more likely is that it's some sort of maybe a scenario. Maybe, I don't know, maybe like a multiplayer scenario or something like that. But it's kind of hard to tell, honestly, at this point. I mean, I could imagine a few things. For example, Scrap Race could be like a multiplayer scenario where, I don't know, everybody starts somewhere on that weird planet that, in the video. And then your goal is to, I don't know, get to space. And there's no ores on the planet, you have to like raid ruins for scraps or something like that. I don't know, it's just a theory, you know? But, you know, something like that could work, right? That you can make that work somehow. But yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. It's... I mean, guessing like that, it's kind of fun to speculate and all, but in the end, we'll have to see when it comes out. Alright, but yeah, look at that. We're gonna make this a bit more smooth. Just like so. I'm actually not quite sure this is gonna look like I wanted it to, but it's fine. Right. And then technically, if we really wanted to, we could just say, boom. Like this. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. No, I actually think we'll just... I don't know. Well, I think we'll have to extend this until we reach this point here, just see how it will look in the end, if that makes sense. Let me just add this one. And then, I think this one. Oh, sometimes this turning of blocks is sometimes so infuriating. There we go, that was the right one. Right, let's delete this. And then out here we have this part, right? Okay. I don't know. I kind of have the feeling this is gonna look weird. Maybe I'm just gonna do it like that. I don't know. This looks way too complicated for what I have in mind. Yeah, I have the feeling this is gonna be way too complicated. Also, it's not kind of the look that I'm going for, honestly. Oh well, it was worth a shot, you know? Sometimes you just have to try these things. But yeah, again, that GIF. Seriously, one part of that GIF that they posted, it kind of almost looks like they really smoothed out terrain generation. Because to me, Space Engineers terrain is all, like, really strange. It looks not natural, for some reason. It's kind of like it's not terrible, but it's not good enough. It's in that weird in-between thing between so bad that it's okay, you know, that you can say, oh, it's video games. Kind of like, you know, the Minecraft terrain generation. You wouldn't say that's, you know, like super realistic good, but it is what it is, and you accept that. But for some reason, Space Engineers terrain generation, for me, it looks kind of goofy. But not goofy enough to be accepted as its, like, own art style, if you know what I mean. It's kind of in a weird place in between. It's like, I think Uncanny Valley, I think, is the name for that. It's just not quite good enough. And in that GIF, it actually looks really natural, the whole terrain. There's one scene that looks kind of like Death Valley almost. It looks really cool. With very nice looking hills. Hills that almost have like plateaus on top. Like very straight plateaus. It really looks cool. I wonder if they kind of filed on terrain generation and, you know, maybe got more interesting biomes, essentially. That's what Minecraft was did for a long time. That kept it interesting for me. Every time there was like a new biome upgrade, I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna find that biome. That's gonna look cool. And, you know, maybe Space Engineers does that too now. And when they're on that, you know, biome and terrain generation, I mean, you can link that with, for example, spawning objects, ruins, and stuff like that. But of course, the problem with that would be ruins need to contain something worthwhile for you to be interested in looting them, right? That's something Space Engineers has not down yet, so that's gonna be difficult to fulfill, so to speak. But I guess it remains to be seen. I mean, I always have to hope for any update to have new items and new blocks in it. But we'll see. And at the moment as well, it's not clear if there's going to be a DLC for this update or whatever it's going to be. It didn't sound like it. Especially when the way they phrased it coming to Xbox and PC, so still possible that they're gonna go DLC, but I always, of course, hope that it's not. You know, for all the love I have for Keen and all the understanding that they need money to continue developing this, I still like free things. Not just because I I like to have free things, but it also means that everybody gets free things and I can play with everybody, you know? That's always a thing with like content DLCs, especially for games with multiplayer. It kind of splits the community. There's a lot of games that have done that, you know, when they released some weird DLC and then they said, oh, you cannot play with each other if you don't have this. That's terrible. I mean, Space Engineers kind of navigate elegantly around that by making DLC blocks available to use, as long as they have been built by a player who has that DLC, but still, you know, it's still not a perfect solution. It still kind of splits the community in some way. But I don't know. It is it's a difficult issue. You know, of course, everybody would like to get all the games for free. Everybody would like that. And then again, DLCs and microtransactions and stuff like that, hiding things that technically everybody should have behind a paywall it's annoying. There's some companies that do it better, some do it worse, some do it deliberate, some by accident, but you know, it's a difficult issue to tackle, really. And I don't know what I would do, honestly, if I had a game company and I was basically, I had, you know, you always have to see it from this way. They have to make money, otherwise they go under. It's not like they're funded by the government or something, you know, and they just can do whatever the heck they want. They just get bailed out. That's not how that works. If that is how it works, then we would see different kind of games. But yeah, it's again, it's weird. But hey, what can you do? So I'm gonna try to get most of the spine done today, hopefully. So I think I'm gonna resort to a little bit of montage magic. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. been on this for about 20 minutes already, and Jesus, it takes long. Takes longer than I expected it to, honestly. But the good thing is, this will be a big part already of, well, basically walls that we normally would have to build, you know, room by room. So already a big part of that is finished, and not just like the outer, the outer wall. We got the basically the inner wall plus the outer overlaying ramps here. So that's nice. Got a lot of it done already. But still, this will still take like 5 or 6 trips back to actually weld together. Because that takes so many resources, it's insane. But that's what I said I wanted to do today. This column, this spinal column of our ship, essentially. That's what we're gonna do. And then next time, I don't know if I next time want to do the this part here, because that's basically the same thing but smaller, or if I want to start like sectioning off parts of this tail assembly to basically start putting rooms in them, or the idea of rooms, you know. I don't need to be super precise yet, but you know, maybe I'll put like a rounded thingy around here and say this will be where room 1 is gonna cut off. You know, but that's where the ceiling is gonna be, or something like that. But I guess we'll see. Right now I just want to finish this one. Can you imagine when I wanted to build that ramp at the planet? Jeez, that would have been even a bigger project. At least from the ramp perspective that it was. That was insane. Not sure how I came up with that idea. Must have been drunk or something, I don't know. But that was not a smart idea. Yeah, well. But yeah, it's already starting to look a little bit different with this massive piece of steel at its back. Ah, there we go. Almost there, I think. Well, one more trip. One more trip. I almost fell asleep there, I got to be honest. Right now, I got a weird wave of tiredness over me. I sometimes have these during the day. Not every day, but every once in a while I'll have like in the afternoon, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I get this like, almost like a blanket it's coming over me, where it forces my eyes shut almost. It's really weird. Then I'll close my eyes for like 20 minutes and it's fine again, but still, ugh. There we go. Done. 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 Dun dun dun! The column of our ship. The spinal column. Yes, I can see that. That looks good. That will be alright, I suppose. And from that we can build on in the next episode. So yeah, awesome. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.